What is up, homies? My name is Felix, and I am here back again with another video for you all today. And Merry Christmas to everybody who celebrates Christmas. And if you don't celebrate Christmas, Happy Holidays. But today in this video, we're going to be making a Christmas-themed lo-fi beat. Cooking up a lo-fi beat with a Christmas kind of sample. So yeah, make sure you guys check out my Instagram and my SoundCloud down in the description below, along with a playlist of songs I've produced, my beat store, my Discord, all that stuff. Feel free to go check it out if you want to. And now we can get into this video. Alright, so here we are in FL Studio, and the first thing that I'm going to do is pull up the sample that I'm going to use, and the sample that I'm going to use is from a Vince Guaraldi song composition thing, and it's from Christmas Time Is Here, which I think is a pretty fitting sample for today's video. So yeah, basically I already have the part that I want chopped and everything, so I'm going to right click on it, open an audio editor, and then we're going to leave this here, and I'm going to open SliceX because this sample is in 3/4 time, as you can hear by this. 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2. And pretty much any style of, like hip-hop music, R&B, blah, blah, is in 4/4 time. So we need to do a little bit of some creative chops here to get this to fit with our, tempo and our time signature. So I'm going to bring this into SliceX like this. But the problem with this is that some of these pieces are a little bit off. Like, as you can see, like this one is not really on any sort of line. So what we need to do is chop it to where it's on all of the, transient peaks, all the points where there's, a sound playing. So I'm going to do that real quick. Alright, so now that we have this chopped the right way, what we got to do is we have to move around some of these so that it fits properly with our, tempo. So to make it easier for me to do that, what I'm going to do is put in some really basic drums right now, just like a snare or something like that, so we can have a little bit of a reference for the tempo on this one. I also did forget to change the tempo, so I'm going to change the tempo to around like 85-ish. Alright, so now that we've got this snare in here, you'll be able to hear that it's not really matching up the way we want it to. So what I'm going to do is go in here and move things around a little bit so that it fits quite a lot better. Alright, so I kind of have the chop sounding the way I want it now. I might mess with it a little bit more, but for now I think this is fine. So yeah, like I said, might mess with that a little bit more, but for now I think this is fine. Alright, so I think for the drums it's only fitting that I use the drum pads for this. So that's what I'm going to do right now for the snare. And then I'm also going to do that for the other instruments as well, like the kick, for example. So that should be fine, and then I'm going to quantize this a little bit. So now we got that going on, and I'm going to pick a hi-hat to use. And then I'm going to do the same thing with the hi-hat, but I think I might change a couple little things manually. Alright, so now that we have the drums kind of laid out, it sounds like this together. And I think that sounds pretty good, pretty lo-fi-esque. And obviously I'm going to add some more effects and stuff onto this. Maybe add some strings in the background, maybe add some more piano, probably add some bass. Probably going to change that open hi-hat too, but for now, this is how we got it. So the first thing I'm going to do is look for another open hat because I don't really like those ones in that J Dilla kit. Alright, so I'm going to add some bass in here now, and I'm not really sure what is going to be my best plan of action for the bass. I think I might go with like an actual bass sample, and then just kind of match it up with the sample that we got going on right now. Alright, so it kind of took me a while to get the bass right, but eventually I kind of found this sound. And then I changed the root note so that it would actually play the note that it really is, and then I matched the bass up with the piano, and now it sounds like this all together. So now I'm going to kind of add some more effects onto this to get it sound nicer and more lo-fi-esque. Alright, so right now at this point I'm pretty much done. I added this little yeah kind of sound going on. And I think that adds a nice little lo-fi effect. But the next thing I think I'm going to do is I'm going to try to add some more piano maybe, or possibly some strings like I talked about. So yeah, we're going to see how that goes. I think I'm going to use Room Piano for this. And Room Piano is a really cool free VST. It's got a really nice piano sound. So we got these strings now. And I'm going to mess around with these to make them fit with the piano sample a little bit more. So basically I also just scrapped the idea of adding more piano because it's hard to add piano to piano because you have to get it the right sound, the right tone and everything, and that's just probably not going to happen with, you know, the tools that I have at my disposal. So pretty much I think this is good. What I'm going to do is I'm going to go in and add some more variations, add certain parts where the drums change a little bit, add certain parts where, you know, the piano chops up a little bit more, and we're going to see how I can get it to sound. Alright, so I just finished pretty much the whole beat. What I did here was I added some higher up parts where I pitched up the piano sample, and that sounds like this. And that's pretty nice. It gives it a nice little like bright, like sparkly effect over the top, I think. And then I also added this little chop here. And then I just added some slight variations like within the snares right here. I added just an extra one here. And then I just have a little EQ fade out at the beginning and then a volume fade out at the end. And then on the master track, I actually put MGF time warp. And I'm always hesitant about using MGF time warp on the master because it like really messes with the sound of your track. But I think for this, it was a nice touch. It gives it that extra kind of lo-fi feel. And then also I have RC20 on the master as well. And I have an EQ, but the EQ is only for the beginning part. So yeah, and then everything else, I just have some reverb effects. I have OTT, which is a compressor. I have RC20 on here. I have just standard reverb on all of these. This has the small studio preset reverb on it. This has some delay and some reverb. And then this has some reverb on it. So yeah, just a pretty standard beat. I only use a couple different sounds, but you know, lo-fi usually doesn't have a whole lot of sounds in it anyways. Sometimes it's better to keep it simple than, you know, overcomplicating things with a bunch of different, you know, random stuff. So anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I hope you guys enjoyed this beat. I like this beat actually. I think it turned out pretty well. And yeah, make sure you guys check out my Instagram, my SoundCloud, down in the description below, along with the playlist of songs I produced, my Beatstorm, my Discord, all that stuff you guys already know. Also, again, happy holidays and Merry Christmas to everybody out there, and I will see you guys next time.
Turn me up, let's go. Damn, I feel like the man now, yeah. I cannot turn bands down, yeah. Chopper make them stand down, yeah. Got these bitches running wild, yeah. Like a thug.